677 to learn more.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
Huh?
I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing. Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more. The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today. At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Strap up your headgear and try not to hit the mat too hard. This is Takedown Tuesday with Nebraska Wrestling National Champion Ridge Lovett.
Oh my goodness, it hits up. Short time, right down to the wire. And the drought is over. Nebraska with a national champion for the first time since 2011. What started in Post Falls, Idaho is punctuated in Philadelphia. Ridge Lovett in his 6th year, a title winner.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by Stevens & Smith Construction and the Teammates Mentoring Program. With your look inside Husker Wrestling, here is your host, Ridge Lovett.
Welcome to Takedown Tuesday with Husker Wrestling on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Ridge Lovett. With me today is Harrison and 2 other guests. But first, I'd like to tell you about our sponsor, Stevens & Smith Construction. Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket is sponsored by Stevens & Smith Construction. Stevens & Smith Construction is an employee-owned company with nearly 250 employees with over 2,000 years of service combined. They lead the industry as a full-service concrete company specializing in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. Stevens & Smith has locations in Lincoln, Omaha, Kansas City, and you can learn more today at stevensandsmith.com. If you got any comments or questions, you can be a part of the show by texting our Sartor Heyman Jewelers text line at 402-464-5685 or by leaving a comment on our Facebook, X, or YouTube stream. You can also call into the show at the Hon of Lincoln hotline at 402-464-5685. Joining me on the show today is my roommate, my boy Adam Tebow, in the Manhattan Menace. My boy just transferred over to the fight game, Bubba Wilson. What's up, fellas?
Nice to be here. Thanks for having us on.
Absolutely.
Yes, good to be here, especially with Adam.
Man, so big news coming out. Not really good news in the wrestling community. Olympic champ, multiple-time world champ, Kyle Snyder got arrested this weekend. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, jumping straight into it with some with some heat.
Man, some heat. So in Ohio this weekend, got arrested. Prostitution sting. Yeah, no good, not good. But praying for those guys. Hopefully that stuff all works out for them. But it's not looking good.
Yeah, definitely not a good look coming out of Penn State. Never hate on anybody, but
I mean, yeah,
better them than us.
yeah. At an FCA camp too.
Yeah.
No good, no good. But Bubba, fight went well.
Yeah, fight went pretty well. Didn't last as long as I wanted it to. You know, started off with a couple strikes. He got a little too excited. He thought he could just pressure me. Instincts took over. My inner Jordan Burroughs came out and gave him a nice little double leg to the ground. Stayed patient. He went for a buggy choke on me, but I could see it coming. As soon as he started to lock it up, kind of just picked him up and drove my shoulder into his chin, and then got to full mount. As soon as I got to full mount, started raining down some elbows.
Rain and elbows. Split that boy open.
Yeah, split him open. Once I saw the blood start leaking, I think I got a little too horny for the finish, and he ended up giving me his neck because I think his head was hurting, and he knew that he was leaking blood. That was kind of the game plan going into the fight.
Get on top, get to work.
Yeah, just rain down elbows. I knew that was going to be something that I could do. I wasn't able to do it in practice because I can't cut my practice partners open and stuff. But that I knew I was going to be able to get to a takedown. But he kind of gave me his neck after he started leaking some blood, and instinctually I kind of jumped on it. I wish I would if I could go back and do it over again. I'd stand him back up and really make him pay for stepping into the octagon with me and put on more of a show. But at the end of the day, a fight's a fight, and if I can go out unscathed, I think I got my calf kicked twice, didn't get punched in the face at all. So I'm pretty happy to make it out of there with no bumps and scratches.
No bumps, no scratches. That's always good to come out of the cage like that.
Yeah, and it was fun having you boys there.
Man, front row.
You guys were going crazy. I could hear you guys the whole time. As soon as they locked the cage, my heart started pounding. I looked over, saw my mom crying, and then I got a little nervous. I was like, this is starting to get super serious.
Your mom was nervous all day because was that with you? Did we go eat?
Yep.
Yeah, me and Adam went and got food. We went down to Mulberry's Barbecue, one of my favorite spots. But she was outside and nervous wreck. She could not believe that you were doing it. I was telling her, I was like, hey, I got full faith. This could be over quick.
Yeah, I appreciate you having faith in me. And then as soon as I got a little nervous, and then I heard you guys screaming from the side. You guys were talking a bunch of crap to this other guy, and that really fired me up. It gave me the goosebumps. And then they closed the cage door, and I was locked in. And it was such a blessing to have all my teammates there supporting me. And
being ringside for that was probably one of the best sporting experiences I've ever had. And growing up, obviously wrestling, playing other sports, you go to a lot of, big convention centers, wrestling, you go to Tulsa, you go to, Illinois puts on a really good state tournament, but being ringside for, somebody who I consider my brother.
Homies,
yes,
two homies,
someone who I'm so close
friend.
with in a all out fist fight was unbelievable experience.
It was cool.
And Bubba's a real humble guy too, and he'll kind of break down the technique of it. I'm not as well versed, but from my angle, I'll kind of give you my breakdown. Absolute domination.
Smash that boy's face in.
Just kind of another nod to Bubba, too. A lot of you guys probably don't know the full story. He had another opponent lined up previously that was not near as tough, in my opinion. I didn't know either of the guys, but just from the eye check, the first guy was significantly softer, and then this guy kind of pulled out in last minute. This scary-looking individual steps in, all tatted up, significantly bigger than Bubba.
That dude was big.
And with no hesitation, Bubba's like, yeah, it's on, it's up, and goes out there and dominates like that. It's a really cool thing to watch, someone who I'm really close with do.
Yeah, and it was awesome. Bubba got to run over to us after the fight, got blood on my face, blood on Adam's face.
Yeah.
We got the full experience. It was lit.
Absolutely.
So how did the nerves compare to like a wrestling match?
I was in the back in the locker room, and the first couple fights I'm seeing people get starched and just go completely out cold.
Yeah.
And and I was sitting back there and I was getting my hands wrapped, and the fights were coming faster than I thought they would, and so I was up a little bit sooner. Same type of nerves, but I think whenever you prepare enough, like the nerves kind of focus into just um into a complete focus, and you're so focused, like narrowly focused on one thing, that you kind of forget about the nerves. Like I got a little bit of nerves, but as soon as the fur started to fly, like I was comfortable. I knew what I was doing.
Okay.
You know, if you're well prepared, then you should be good to go.
And you've been training for a while.
Yeah,
It's not like this is something new. It's your first real fight, but you've been training.
yeah. I started training in high school, and then kind of took some time off once I first got here, and then during the summer about 2 years ago, I went to LBJJ in town, and got linked up with a guy named Tanner Wanch, and I've been hitting mitts and sparring a little bit with him and doing jujitsu. Um, so yeah, it wasn't just a last minute thing. I felt like I've been preparing my skills, and I felt confident for quite a long time, and so it was. I wish I could have went out there and showed off a little bit more of my striking skills, because I thought that was kind of a poor performance on my part, but uh,
It looked
yeah.
good from our end. From our end, it looked real good.
Ringside, it looked great.
It looked fantastic. Blood was flowing. It was sweet. It was fun to watch. The whole production was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Really good.
When I walked in there, I didn't really totally know what to expect. I was like, it's like a local fight kind of deal. They brought Burger in, but it was good.
Yeah, he said that was one of the biggest shows that they've ever had. So I'm glad that I could be a part of Dynasty's biggest show. I think getting some Husker wrestlers on the card definitely helped.
Hmm.
Having all you guys there, you guys are big names. Um, and yeah, I thought it was sweet walking out to the smoke, and it was a lot like it, just like wrestling.
Okay.
You walk out in Devaney, there's probably more people there. It's a little bit more crowded in there, but you're just so focused on the job at hand, and it's a fight, so he's trying to kill you, you're trying to kill him, and it's real. It
It
gets
gets real
super
quick.
Yeah.
Like after the first two fights, it was like, yeah, this is for real.
Yeah.
It gets intense quick. But there was a bunch of people there. I just feel like Devaney, it's more like on top of you because the
Mhm.
seats are going up. But like there were people at almost all the tables. There was 90 some tables there.
Yeah.
There was people at every single table all over the floor, people up in the stands. All the ringside seats were filled on all three sides. It was good.
Yeah, it was so much fun to be a part of. I do wish they would have played my walkout song a little sooner. I was trying to take my time, but I really wanted to hear that 50 Cent flowing through my veins a little bit faster, especially because that gives me a lot of motivation. But
What was
y-
your walkout song?
it was Heat by 50 Cent. It's a real aggressive song, and I kind of get down to those aggressive songs. And you know, but I just started to hear it as soon as I started to get Vaselined up, and then after the guy said, "Say goodbye to your coaches," I was like, "Say what is that even supposed to mean? Like, you think I'm gonna die out here? Like, what's going on? Are you guys setting me up?" I didn't know if his coaches were gonna jump in or
Oop,
something.
or something. It's okay. Hey,
But
if his coaches would
If
have
his
jumped in,
coaches
we would have
jumped in,
jumped
we were
in.
right there with them. We were talking about it all night.
yeah, I had 15 to 20 freaking Husker wrestlers ready to go for
Yeah,
me.
it was a good time. Whole production was fire. Dez and Silas getting to go out there, coach some of the youth guys. The youth matches were good. They were entertaining. The fights before you were insane. Some of those guys probably it didn't look like they should have been in there, but you know what? They put it on the line. Never fought the man in the arena. They went out there and they did their thing.
Yeah, some of those guys were out there independents, and what that means is that they're not affiliated with a gym. So they must have just been at home slapping the bag around and then just signed up for a fight, which to me takes way more kahunas to do that than what I did, because I'm confident in my preparation and I know what it takes.
Yeah,
And some of those guys went out there with basically no training, which is
their
insane.
coach would be like, it looked like it was his brother or their cousin.
They would get knocked out and they'd be like, good try, bro. Nice try. Good work.
His coach is walking out there in an Adidas hoodie. And I was like, is he sponsored by Adidas? Nope. That's just the hoodie his boy had on that day.
Yeah.
Crazy. But so how was the transition from wrestling into MMA? Was it a tough transition? Was the MMA stuff harder? The wrestling stuff harder?
Wrestling is a lot harder than MMA. Our practices. There's only so much that you can do in MMA. In wrestling you can, go live for an hour, but you can't really spar for a whole hour.
Mhm.
Like, or people are gonna get like significant brain damage. So the practices are a little shorter. The technique, whenever you're sparring with people and warming up and doing the drilling, it's not as intense. Um, and yeah, like wrestling prepared me well for it, just because the practices are a lot longer,
Mhm.
and but in fighting you do, like, your nervous system, like, is really taxed because you're
Mhm.
worried about so many different things. You're worried about kicks to the head. You're worried about takedowns. I'm not really worried about takedowns, but you're worried about punches, setting stuff up, and so it can be real taxing, especially if you start to get a little bit behind. But yeah, wrestling's a lot harder, and so it made the transition into MMA pretty fairly easy. Knowing I can go out there and get a takedown at any point that I
Mhm.
want, definitely calms the nerves a lot. Um, but it was just like learning wrestling all over again. With the striking and the jiu-jitsu and the Muay Thai and stuff like that. And I love learning. And we've been wrestling for 20 years. Like, when did you start
I started when
wrestling?
I was 3.
30. When did you start?
4 or 5.
Yeah. So, we've been doing this for a long time, and in wrestling practice, some of it starts to get a little monotonous, and it's hard to keep that spark of, wanting to learn new things. But whenever you're trying to learn like a completely new skill set, everything's brand new. So you're just sitting there, you're really wanting to be a sponge and soak it all up. And so it was fun. Yeah, it was just a lot like wrestling, just, a little easier.
What was your favorite part of training? Like, as you were going through, like, you were just talking about being a sponge, absorbing everything. Was it striking? Was it kicks, boxing, Muay Thai, BJJ? 'Cause I feel like the BJJ stuff would probably come pretty quick just because it's kinda like wrestling, a lot of the same, but different.
Yeah.
But I feel like the striking, that'd be like
Yeah.
whole different ballgame.
Yeah, it's the most fun, and even the concepts of striking are similar to wrestling. Like, I'm throwing this jab to set up this hook. It's like, I'm faking a high crotch to set up this single leg to the other
Mhm.
side. So, and putting strikes together, like 5 or 6 strikes together, it's like chain wrestling. So a lot of the concepts are real similar, but it's completely different body movements. Like, I throw a 1-2, I keep stepping, and then I throw a head kick. Like, you're never really doing that in wrestling, and so, being flexible and throwing head kicks, like, it looks way cooler than, hitting a single leg, and it's a lot more fun, sometimes. But,
As long as you're the one throwing the kicks.
yeah, sometimes getting kicked in the head is not fun, or getting a teep to the gut and knocking the wind out of you sucks real
Sometimes
bad.
I don't think it would ever be fun. That's why I don't plan on fighting. I'm, pretty boy swag. That's me. I'm getting punch kicked. I don't know. Tebow, he could do it.
Yeah, I'm not as good looking as Ridge. No, but I mean, I've dabbled a little bit just casually, not near to the extent Bubba has, but I felt the transition to striking was difficult just because in wrestling, you're always bent over and like you kind of lead with your head a lot. In jiu-jitsu, you kind of lead with your head. It kind of gets snatched up quick and you got to stand straight up. For me, was kind of the biggest issue is you get hit a little bit and now you're in panic mode and you're bent over in a wrestling stance and now you're really getting teed off on. So
Mhm.
for me, that was personally
Were you training in St. Louis?
yeah. So during COVID, I was wrestling out of a fighting gym, so I just kind of dabbled a little bit. I never really trained for a fight.
Okay. Who were you training with down there? Was Sammy running his club out of the gym, or were you
Yeah,
training with somebody
yeah,
else?
yeah. So my coach Sammy Henson in high school, one of the coaches I had at least was training out of a fighting gym. There were some actually good fighters that came out of the gym. Tyron Woodley came out of there for a little bit, and they got some guys through Bellator that still fight. I wasn't fighting any of those guys. I was kind of fighting the lower level guys. Just they would come to wrestling practice, and I would kind of play around with them after practice. But I mean, there's definitely just here and there different things. But I wasn't really training for a fight, so I was definitely just looking for a takedown every single time.
Mhm. That I think that's the way I would do it if I was gonna be fighting. But yeah, not in the cards for me. I'll leave that to Bubba, maybe Tebow down the line. Is that even
Sweet.
something that you've thought about? You're going to Miami.
I am. Yeah, I mean, my fighting's pretty big in Miami. I would train. I also just tore my ACL not too long ago, so I'm kind of focused on coming back from that. So I'm at least a functioning human where I can walk and do something athletic. So I'm kind of taking it one step at a time, but we'll see. We'll see where the cards fall.
Adam, one of the days I'm going to drag you into American Top Team down there, and we're going to go in there and take some fools down.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'll go to a fighting gym. I'll find somewhere to train, because even though I won't compete wrestling anymore, I'll always have to have something where I'm like, for example, I haven't wrestled in 6 or 7 weeks, and I find myself on the couch with Ridge, my brother Dom at home, rubbing my head into their head, trying to just get a little bit of the fix in from, grabbing someone and rolling around a little bit. So the itch will definitely come back, and I will definitely have to find something to scratch it. But
yeah,
we'll
you should
see.
probably stop dabbling with Dom though. Last time you guys got into it in the kitchen, Dom had him hemmed up.
Me and my brother have some epic kitchen room battles.
Oh yeah, all the time fighting, whether it's because of college football in the game or whatever it is. And don't go anywhere. More Takedown Tuesday with Husker Wrestling comes your way next on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for hosting? Führer's Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and the close to a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you consider throwing a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a 4-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats like Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Call or text us at 402-464-5685 with questions, or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Registration goes through May 30th.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
Huh?
I said, what are you talking about?
Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. There's lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and warm with an afternoon high near 90. Tonight, mainly clear skies and continued breeze, a low near 63. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and warm, although showers was possible late. See a high near 92. I'm meteorologist Hal Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere air seeder during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Take your seeding performance to the next level with John Deere's advanced air seeding technology. Achieve precise seed and fertilizer placement, optimize emergence, and cover more acres with less downtime. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Contact your Landmark Implement for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball. With your look inside Husker wrestling, here is your host, Ridge Lovett, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Takedown Tuesday with Husker Wrestling. I'm Ridge Lovett. Shout out to our sponsor, Stevens & Smith Construction. Big thank you, Bubba Wilson, Adam Tebow in here with me today. So, in other news with wrestling, there was the Pan Am Games this weekend, and we had a Husker out there, finished third. Team USA had a pretty good showing. 7 champs officially, 9 unofficially. Roman Bravo Young, wrestling for Mexico, but he's from Arizona. He won a gold. Liam Cronin won bronze at the same weight. Liam's only loss was to RBY. 2-time national champ, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep, 2-time national champ at Penn State. And then Austin Gomez, who wrestled at a couple different schools. He's from Chicago, but he wrestled for Iowa State, Wisconsin. Now he's training out of the Michigan RTC. I wrestled him a few times at college, 4 times. We finished 2-2. I got the last 2, so that's what counts, you know. But all in all, USA did pretty good. We had 10 medals at all 10 weights, 7 champs, 9 if you count the 2 wrestling for Mexico, and runner-up finish is 65 kilos, which that one kind of bugs me. McKenna's tough.
Yeah,
he lost to the kid from Argentina, who I've wrestled before as well. I wrestled him. Was it 3 years ago? 3 years ago, the year that I redshirted, I wrestled him in France and was beating him 6-2, 8-2 when I pinned him.
Is that the same kid who beat Zane Rutherford?
Yep, he beat Zane.
The snub us of the Olympic bid?
Mm-hmm. Stepped over on a gut and pinned him, but he pinned McKenna, but they wiped it off because they said that he had a front headlock and they said it was a legal choke. So they gave him the takedown, but they wiped off the pin, and then McKenna just ended up not being able to come back. I don't know if he finished the match or not. I wasn't able to watch it. But
yeah, he finished. That was soft. That was a soft call though.
Mm-hmm.
He had, a head and arm, and he just stood up with it like, dog, if you're getting choked out, you got to defend it.
You got to
know what I'm
grab
saying?
his
Like,
leg, try to finish the shot. Something.
Yeah, it's like I get it, it's wrestling, and you're chokes aren't really a part of it, but if someone's hands are around your throat, you got to deal with the situation. You can't just play it out and like just succumb to the circumstances.
Yeah,
Crazy.
shout out Liam, third place, clutch takedown with 20 seconds left to punch bronze.
Well, two of them. He was down 4-0 with like a minute left. Got a takedown. Then there was something when Liam was trying to get a turn. They gave him a caution and one, so he was down 3-4 with 25 seconds left. Went and got one to win. That boy, the
He's such a
Energizer Bunny.
savage, bro. Energizer Bunny right there. He never runs out of gas. He has like the highest agency I've seen. Like he just wills it into existence. Like he just keeps going and keeps going, wears people down. Lee's so sick and inspiring to watch wrestle.
Schultz is right there with him too, with running guys down.
Oh yeah,
man. Schultz was doing it a couple weeks ago at the U.S. Open, getting takedowns with short time left.
Yeah, he beat Dustin Plott at the buzzer, and then I think his only loss that tournament was to Trent Hidley, who's sitting in Final X right now. And I was there watching that match, and I think there was probably 30 seconds left, and he's down by 2. Was kind of running him out, kind of a situation on the edge where, the ref clearly didn't see it this way, but I was there. Trent Hidley stepped out, and then it would have been a 2-point match for Schultz, which the match prior, Schultz had just ran down Dustin Plott for a takedown at the finish to win. Which, if you watch wrestling, being down 3 points with 20 seconds in freestyle, you kind of have to send it. That's a pretty hard feat to overcome 3. But I mean, Schultz can definitely go get 2. So I look forward to hopefully seeing Schultz make Final X and get that win back.
Yeah, so that'll all happen this weekend. We have a big group of guys going out there. Liam's not going because his weight is full at Final X. Spencer Lee sitting there, and then Jax Forrest qualified at the U.S. Open. But 65 kilos, Brock Hardy.
I think it's Lily
Doll. You're right.
Yeah.
Who did I say?
Jax Forrest.
Yeah, not Jax Forrest. Jax Forrest is up a weight. But yep. So Liam's not going, but Brock will be there at 65. Me, Trelly, and James will be at 70. That's going to be a crazy weight. The kid that I wrestled in the national finals is going to be there. The kid I wrestled in the semifinals 2 years ago is going to be there. Dang, that was like 4 years ago. I'm getting old, bro. I'll be forgetting. In Detroit, the Detroit Nationals, the kid I wrestled in the semis, he's going to be in the weight. Will Lewan, tough from Michigan, he'll be in the weight. Pantaleo, he's always in
high
there.
schoolers,
PJ Duke, tough high school kid from New York.
Yanni sitting in the finals.
So all of us wrestle to see who gets to wrestle 4-time national champ Yanni Diakomahalis. It's going to be a blast. But then apart from us, we got Schultz is going to be there.
Yep.
Hopefully running some dudes down, and big Christian Lance. So we're sending a group of guys out there. We leave Thursday morning early. I guess not that early. We're leaving the Devaney at 8. It's kind of early. An hour before practice starts usually. So we got to wake up a little early, get our bags packed, make sure everything's good to go. But
is it in Kentucky?
Yep, we're going to Louisville.
Yeah. That would be sweet. Watch a bunch of freaking
every match.
Lincoln Cornhuskers go down there and smash people.
Yeah.
At 70 kilos, we're going to get 1, 2, and 3. I'll say that now.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Well, I guess Yanni has to get second, right?
He's in Final X.
Oh, he's in Final X?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So he's not even going to be there this weekend. But yeah, this weekend's going to be tough. So it's basically going to be 8 to 16 man brackets, small tournament, but every single dude in that weight is at least an All-American, except for the high school kids. Yeah. But the high school kids that are going to be wrestling for that tournament aren't regular high school kids. They're kids that either won a medal at the World Championships for their age level or qualified at the U.S. Open. So they were out there wrestling with the college guys already.
Yeah, all of which will be favorites to bare minimum AA going into their freshman year of college.
Absolutely. But I mean, shoot, it's gonna be fun. A lot of good wrestling this weekend. But so we did have a question in the chat. Husker Stu wanted to know what is the difference between questions for Bubba. The difference between the trash talk in MMA and the trash talk in wrestling.
Yeah, so the trash talk in wrestling is pretty much a bare minimum. You can't really say a whole lot, unfortunately, because you are representing your university and, they might get mad. Some people, chirp off on Twitter every now and then, but I wish if I could change wrestling, I would host press conferences before the weigh-ins when 100%. Everyone's, a little pissed off and a little hungry and they could talk crap. I think it would make the duels a lot more interesting if you sat one team on one side and the other team on the other and let them get after it on some microphones. I think that would really help the sport of wrestling. But some old folks and people are stuck in their ways, and they don't like that.
The
But
viewership would immediately jump.
yeah,
100%. And they don't even really like the celebrating after the matches.
yeah, which is crazy because it's so hard to do. Yeah, it's
I
insane.
think they proposed some rule changes where they take a point now. Like there was like how they just had some rule changes last year, how we went to 3-point takedown and some other stuff. I think a couple of rule changes were 1, headgear optional. I think 2, they might require a mouthpiece, and then 3 is an unsportsmanlike conduct is not minus a team point, it's minus a match point.
Really?
It's not passed. I think that was just one of the proposed ones. I believe. I'm not 100% certain, but I believe that was one of the proposed ones. I think it's crazy.
I'd start off -1 points just to talk my crap and get in this other guy's head because if you put up 8, 1 point's not gonna matter.
Absolutely.
I mean, I wasn't that good, but yeah.
No, you were good. Let's not get it twisted.
But in MMA, unfortunately, I fought a really nice guy. After the fight, we've been talking. I was talking crap on social media, not knowing who my opponent was or whatever. But I was basically saying that I was going to put on a public execution, and I think I did that well. And I said, I was really looking to hurt this guy, which I was. Unfortunately, he was a very nice guy, and we talked afterwards. He didn't really talk crap at all on social media, from what I saw. I wish he would have. It would have made it a little bit more fun, but. Yeah, in the sport of fighting, I think it's a lot different because you can kind of say whatever because you're only representing like yourself in your gym.
And you get paid to do it.
I feel like it's almost beneficial.
yeah.
That's what I was about to say. Like all the guys in UFC that are major talkers, you see McGregor, all those guys aren't the highest pay-per-view watchers because, I mean, obviously they're very good, but also because everyone just wants to hear what they say after they win.
Everybody watches the press conferences. They watch all the videos leading up to it. And wrestling, that's like one of the major pieces that wrestling is missing is build up.
100%.
They're missing the build up because there's heat duels going. It's like, okay, Penn State, Nebraska is going to be fire. But like no one's going to.
Let's talk about it.
Exactly. We need to talk about it. And hopefully, we can start leaning that way. But even like with the celebrating, it's like people work so hard to compete wrestling, to be able to do the things that we're doing. And then they expect us to walk out there, shake hands, get our hand raised, and just walk off the mat.
Some of it's not even celebrating. Like if you're after a wrestling match, you're dog tired and you casually flick your headgear off the mat because you're tired of it being around your chin. Yep, that's a team point. And it's like, are we serious right now?
My freshman year when we wrestled Ohio State, we lost 2 team points that duel.
Yeah.
And one of them was at the end of the duel. Like they took a team point at the duel's over because Zay White got a pin to win the duel. Pin iced it. And he slams his headgear. He's jumping up and down, high five. And they didn't even take a team point for the headgear. They took it because we stepped on the mat.
Crazy.
If you are not the wrestler wrestling and you step onto the mat, you lose a team point. Could you imagine in basketball if somebody hit a corner 3 to go ahead by 1 to tie the game with 2 seconds left and his teammates stepped on the court and they took a team point? Yeah. They're like, you guys are still down by 1 now. He just stepped on the court. Like that's crazy.
Crazy.
People would lose their minds.
Yeah.
But that's just the state the wrestling's in right now. But
I feel like it would create a lot more storylines. You'd have a lot more personal beefs. With if you were able to talk crap, especially because like you wrestle guys over and over again, and some people have dirty tactics, and there's just so many different ways to create storylines and get people to actually care about select matches that they probably wouldn't normally care about.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if it's like a toss-up match, like I was in a lot of those, but you could in MMA, like it's a lot different. And I think everyone knows in MMA that talking crap is a part of the business, and that's how you sell tickets. And it works the same way in wrestling. We would sell out Devaney a lot more and create a lot more eyeballs on the sport if we were able to talk crap. And I think a lot of the MMA fighters, even if they talk crazy and say the most wild, absurd things about the other person, after the fight or after the wrestling match, you still respect the person because you know how hard and insane what you're doing is, whether it's a wrestling match or MMA fight, and you respect each other afterwards. And I think most of the time there's a fair understanding that it was just to sell the fight, and it's fun to do.
And it's fun to do. It's fun to be able to get out there, chirp, talk beforehand, help build yourself up. But we'll get right back into more of that. Don't go anywhere. More Takedown Tuesday with Husker Wrestling comes your way next on 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey, what are you talking about over there? Huh? I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing.
Support Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach on Give to Lincoln Day. Your gift will be received by a portion of Lincoln Community Foundation's matching fund. Homelessness is a complex problem facing our community. By working together, we can find solutions. Your donation for Give to Lincoln Day moves us closer to ensuring that everyone in Lincoln has a safe place to sleep at night. Because of your generosity, hope lives here. Give anytime through May 29th at givetolincoln.com.
Make your move fun and easy with the help of Movers and Shakers. Movers and Shakers is homegrown, female-led, and ready to help make your transition to a new space as seamless as possible. They excel at residential and commercial moving jobs, as well as offer home cleanouts and junk removal services. Moving into a new place is stressful enough, so let Movers and Shakers ease the transition. Give them a call today at 712-899-6265 or book your move online at www.moversandShakersNE.com today.
Ashiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Nominations for the Step Forward Awards are now open. These awards are the state's most prestigious awards for volunteerism, and we need your help to find outstanding volunteers from your region of the state. If you know a volunteer who deserves to be honored for their service, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Nominate Now. Nominations must be submitted by June 1st. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends. Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service. But it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your County Veteran Service Officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free. So visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
With your look inside Husker Wrestling, here is your host, Ridge Lovett, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Takedown Tuesday with Husker Wrestling. I'm Ridge Lovett. Shout out to our sponsors, Stevens & Smith Construction. We got the Manhattan Menace, Bubba Wilson, my boy from E-Boogie, Adam Tebow in here. Man, shoot. But yeah, we were just talking about, we were on the golf course today, and we almost got a free MMA fight on the side of the road. We were over there on our last hole getting ready to tee off, and these dudes were out of the car getting ready to go at it.
Yeah, that was Lincoln Road Rage is different, I guess.
Man, I was over here trying to focus on finally hitting the drive straight, and these dudes are.
Yeah, I blame my next shot on them. Shanked it right into the woods.
Yeah, that happens, though. So, Bubba, what's next for you now? You going to Florida?
Yep. I'm moving to Florida at the end of this month in like 2 weeks. You know, I've been hit up by a few gyms down there, American Top Team and Kill Cliff. Their guys have reached out to me. So I'm going to kind of go down there and check out the spot, you know, see where my heart feels is best for myself to train at. I'm going to be down there doing field engineer work for Whiting Turner construction, some general contracting work down there, building hospitals and stuff like that. So I'm excited for that. And, you know, I'm going to train in my off time whenever I get off work, and we'll see what the next steps are. You know, to the MMA game, it's hard for me to commit to a career to it just because there are serious health consequences to it. CTE is a real thing. You know, you know, I value my brain and I'm already a pretty impulsive guy, and I'm also a little, you know, crazy in the head already.
Skydiving, all kinds of crazy. Just fighting, skydiving, don't get no crazier than that.
Yeah, I love the adrenaline. And if we tee that up times 10, if I keep getting punched in the head, I don't know what's going to happen. I could put myself in a bad situation or something. I don't know. But so we'll see how it goes. I'm going to continue to train. I mean, for the rest of my life, regardless, because I love it. And like Tebow was mentioning earlier, I wake up every morning with the itch to put my hands on people. And I don't think that'll ever go away. So, we'll see what happens. Dynasty and Henry, the guy who kind of runs Dynasty, shout out to him. He's the man. He said that, there's a card in June, which probably won't work out for me, but there's another card in August that I might be able to get on if I want to.
So you do plan to keep fighting?
I don't know. It's
You
up
don't
in
know
the
yet?
air.
Because
Yeah.
your mom was telling me one and done.
Yeah. I think it's so I go back and forth every day, I wanna start up my own business, and put my brains and put my work ethic towards starting a business and something that I can work on for the rest of my life. But at the same time, I do love putting my hands on people, and I'm fairly good at it, I would say. So we'll see what happens. It's up in the air. I'm yes on Monday. I'm no on Tuesday. So
You got time.
yeah, I
You
got
got time to
and-
figure it out.
yeah.
Tebow, what you got going on?
I'll be not too far from Bubba, about 2 weeks, same thing. He'll be in Tampa. I'll be in Miami, though. I'll be a financial advisor down there. Kind of same thing, just looking to get my life started after college. Wrestling's pretty much over and looking to see what's next.
Man, continue your journey as a crypto degenerate.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Ethereum's ripping. It's a good day. But yeah, so I just started skateboarding. It's been fun.
You did?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I haven't wiped out yet, but I got a little scraped my ankle a little bit. Brock and Snyder were telling me to stay off of it until after this weekend. But bro, it's fun.
Vandy's kind of nice. You, Vandy, and my brother can all
Mm-hmm.
ride around Lincoln on skateboards.
Yeah, because Dom found the longboard when he was working with Jag.
Yeah.
And
doing like dumpster removal or clean out or something.
found a nice longboard. So then we went down to Precision Skate, I think is what it's called, down the street on O Street. And I was like, yeah, walked in there, got myself a longboard so me and him can skate around. And I saw the skateboard. I was like, might as well do that. Try something new. Maybe I could be Tony Hawk.
Dom found like a Supreme one or something.
It has a Supreme sticker.
Yeah, same thing.
You remember freshman year, whenever we were staying in Selleck and we would ride around on all the longboards all the time? Bro, I remember wiping out one time with Kevon. Me and Kevon had the same class, and
Were you sitting on it?
we're on some fruity stuff. We're just both standing on it, and yeah, we had to wipe out on that one time. But I remember.
Instagram plugs?
Bubba Wilson 165. Get at me.
Yes,
Adam
sir.
_Tebow.
You can get me, Ridge Love It, no caps, no spaces on all socials. Thank you guys for tuning in. There'll be more Takedown Tuesday next week. I'm Ridge Love It. Thank you.